Morning. Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our webinar. Thank you for joining us this beautiful Friday morning of May. So we're gonna wait a couple minutes just for more people to log in. But thank you so much for being on time. Wow, today's a big day, May 1st, Acceptance Day. Yay!
Yay!
All right, we're gonna give it a couple more seconds. I shouldn't say minutes, but more seconds. But thank you all for joining us. Just a FYI, we still have the Q&A section available for you to ask questions. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome. We have been having a webinar series for I think almost a month. So we have a Q&A section. So if it's your first time, welcome. If you have been to multiple webinars, we have a lot of if you have been to multiple webinars, just know that the Q&A section is still available for you to ask questions. We're really excited that you're joining us today, this beautiful morning of May 1st. We're excited that you have chose Cal State Fullerton or will be choosing Cal State Fullerton, hopefully by the end of today. All right, we're gonna get started. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Eloisa. Oh, good morning. Good morning, everybody. My name is Eloisa Amador Romero. I'm an outreach and recruitment counselor here at Cal State Fullerton. Even though we're not, technically at Cal State Fullerton, we are still doing all the services that we can from our home. And we hope you and your families are safe at home as well. We have our beautiful counselor as well, Nicole, with us. Nicole, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we're really excited. Today is Acceptance Day. Today is the day. If you have not already accepted your admissions offer to Cal State Fullerton, today is the day. So we are congratulating you. We're so excited that you tuned in. And if you have been tuning into prior webinars, thank you. And we appreciate it. And we're excited to give you updated information and continue to do so virtually. So thank you for being here.
Definitely. And just also to remind, we do have the Q&A and we have our full staff here to answer all your questions, as well as the Director of Admissions and also the Associate Director for Admissions. So please, if you have any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them. So today we're going to do CSUF Bound Acceptance Day. Sorry, let me get my clicker started. Okay. So out of 78,117 applicants, you were chosen to become a Titan. So we're, like Nicole mentioned, we're so excited to celebrate with all of you and, congratulate you on all your accomplishments. You have been working so hard to get to this point. And also just to give you a little bit more statistics, total admitted have been 46,477 students, and total accepted as of yesterday, April 30th, have been 11,072 students. So congratulations to all of you that have accepted, and hopefully by today or by the end of this presentation, we're gonna be able to, you should be able to accept and choose Cal State Fullerton, because Cal State Fullerton has a really special place for you. Nicole and I are both CSUF alums. We're very proud CSUF alums. I attended Cal State Fullerton from 2008. And graduated. It took me a little bit longer, but I graduated in 2004, and I have a dual degree in Human Services and Chicano Studies.
Yeah, definitely. So I went to Cal State Fullerton as well. I graduated in 2016 with my bachelor's degree in communications with the emphasis in public relations. And I also minored in human communication. And I really enjoyed my experience. What helped me out a lot was going to the Career Center and going to my advisor regularly every academic semester, and just making sure I was on top of everything. And you'll learn these things throughout your time here, and throughout this presentation, we'll give you some of those tips as well. And we're excited to have you.
Definitely. And then I mentioned earlier, but we do have a virtual CSUF Bound webinar that has been occurring for like at least a month. We also did a welcome day virtually. So if you scan this, or if you go to fullerton.edu/welcome day, you're going to be able to see all the webinars that we have done in the past couple of weeks. from financial aid to housing, to students, campus tours, as well as student involvement. So we really hope we can be with you in person, but as of right now, we're doing this virtually. And I also want to, be really happy that you have chosen Cal State Fullerton and you got admitted as well.
Yay! So what we have been doing to congratulate our students is follow us on Instagram. We're very active on Instagram. It's at CSUF Outreach. And we've been posting and sharing your congratulatory pictures. So you've been posting and we've been seeing that, and you've been shouting us out and hashtagging CSUF Bound. And every time we see that, it's really exciting. We love to see where you're from, what school you went to, and just your pictures, and it's really exciting. So continue to do that, and we will continue reposting it as well. And so a little bit about us. So we are the Titans. That is what our mascot is, Tuffy the Titan. A bit of the history. Cal State Fullerton was founded in 1957. And with that, we have grown so much. Our first class was 452 students to now being 40,000 students on our campus, and you will be part of that as well. So it's a very fun community. We're very close with each other, especially working at Cal State Fullerton. And I know that you'll feel that once you come here, that everyone is really here to help you. So we are the Titans, and we're located, of course, in Orange County, only 7 miles away from Disneyland, and 22 miles from Los Angeles. So we're kind of right in the middle, which is a great point. So lots of great things to do, lots of great stuff to do on campus, off campus. We were the 12th CSU to be established, and we have 15 Division I athletics. So our baseball team is really well known, our basketball team, our women's sports, cross country, softball, tennis, you name it. So really active on our campus. Our students like to get involved. Some of our unique majors are our Bachelor's in Fine Arts, Musical Theater, International Business. We're known for our business, Mahalo Business School. And we have a BS to MS Computer Engineering and direct entry to nursing as well.
Perfect. And just to remind everybody, we do have the Q&A section available. So if you want to have any question, do you have any questions? We're more than happy to answer them as we go through the presentation.
And so mentioning our academic colleges, we have 8 academic colleges, 110 degrees and programs. As I mentioned, about 40,000 students enrolled for fall 2019. The average age is 24. A lot of our students come from high school, and a lot of our students also transfer from our local community colleges. And 241 acres. We have a pretty big campus, so it's very beautiful, lots of greenery, lots of flowers, and it's just really nice to be outside, especially in Southern California where the weather is always perfect. So it's really nice. You get to walk outside and enjoy, and in between classes, and it's a really good environment, and definitely perks of working there as well. So we have top 5 freshman majors. I would say is business administration, computer science, criminal justice, public health, and psychology. Top 5 transfer majors. Again, business, communications is a pretty big one, child and adolescent studies for our students who want to work through K through 12, be teachers, psychology, and sociology. And some more information about Cal State Fullerton. We are proud to announce that we're #1 in the CSU to graduate women and Latinas, and #2 in the nation awarding bachelorate degrees to underrepresented students. #6 in the nation for our transfer students. Top 3% for best colleges for your money. We like to keep the cost pretty reasonable, and we have best value. We were ranked best value by Forbes as amongst the top US institutions. And top tier, CSU ranks #3 among top regional university of the West. So we're very proud of these statistics. And these are statistics that we actually meet consistently every year, which is something we're really proud of as well. And some notable Titan alum, we're very proud of our alum. Of course, as you may know, Gwen Stefani, and she attended Cal State Fullerton. She didn't graduate though, however, because she became a rock star with no doubt, as you know, but she did attend. She's a local Orange County girl. And then we have some YouTube influencer, Eva. She is a big YouTube influencer. She has about, I believe, 7 million followers on Instagram. So she attended Cal State Fullerton as well. And one really cool one is Roger, who is part of, let me give his official title, the CFO of In-N-Out. So that is pretty exciting as well. And then if you've ever heard of the show Shimmer and Shine on Nickelodeon, Farnaz Sharmat, she actually graduated from Cal State Fullerton as well. We have Tracy, a NASA astronaut, Justin Turner, baseball athlete. So really great alum that we're proud to highlight in this presentation today. And so with mentioning the cost of attendance, as I mentioned, we like to keep the cost pretty reasonable, especially I believe any CSU that you and your peers are attending, and at Cal State Fullerton, we like to keep the cost very reasonable. So these are the yearly costs of attendance from 2020 to 2021. So typically, if you are going to be living at home, the cost when you break down tuition and fees, books and supplies, room and board, miscellaneous and transportation, we like to take that into account, is about $17,460. And if you are living on campus, the tuition and fees would still be the same. And when you go down the chart for books and supplies included, miscellaneous, it costs about $27,868. And a lot of our students choose to live off campus. So we have housing on campus for our freshmen. We have apartments as well, single unit apartments for our transfer students. And then we have off-campus housing that a lot of our transfer students and freshman students like to take advantage of as well. So that cost would be about $27,000 for the year. The good thing though is that through our student business services, we have a tuition installment payment plan. So this could be broken down into 3 monthly installments, and you must enroll for this each semester, and you would enroll through your student center. So if cost, through your financial aid, once you complete your financial aid and you say you want to break down some of these costs, we have that opportunity in 3 installment plans. And of course, another big thing about Cal State Fullerton, we're very proud of our campus resources. We have a resource for almost any student, any 40,000 student that we have. So of course, these are broken down into 3 categories. So academic and personal development. We have our academic advising center, our diversity initiatives and identity-based centers. So as I mentioned prior, we're really big on supporting students who come from underrepresented backgrounds, for example. So we have different resource centers that discuss different topics on diversity. So whether that is African American Resource Center, our Chicana and Chicano Resource Center. So there is really a place for every student at Cal State Fullerton, and it's great to get involved in the diversity initiative resource centers. And it's almost, when I've talked to students, they feel as though those centers are their home on campus. So we're really proud of that as well. We have Equal Opportunity Program, Male Success Initiative, Guardian Scholars Program, the University Learning Center, the Writing Center. So all of that is to support your academic and personal development and growth. Of course, safety and health is very important for us to make sure our students are healthy so they can thrive in their academics here. So we have a student health center. We just launched something called You at Fullerton, and this is a really great resource. You can sign up with your campus email, and this is a great resource as far as letting you know how to keep track of adjusting to college, how to make sure that you're studying properly, how to make sure that you're completing your assignments properly. It provides you with tips and also mental health tips as well. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you going out and going for a walk? I know we're stuck in our houses right now, so it's good to keep these things in mind as a college student now, because mental health, we want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. That is #1 priority. And then of course, taking care of your studies and your homework. And so we have our counseling and psychology services as well, where we have counselors available to assist you, and you can meet with them virtually. And if you want to discuss anything that's on your mind, they are there for you. Our student recreation center, a lot of our students like to take advantage of this, where we have a rock climbing and we have a beautiful gym and we have a beautiful pool. However, of course, with COVID-19, we can't use these resources right now. But the great thing is our student recreation center is launching different activities like Zumba virtually and yoga virtually. So these are really great opportunities as well, going back to the mental health and making sure you're strong and equipped to take on your studies. And then we have always university police on campus to make sure you're safe. And then we have Tuffy's basic needs. So these are for our students who are perhaps can't find the can't afford, you know, the basic needs. So say you have an interview and you need a nice outfit to wear, but you can't really fork over, you know, the money to buy a suit at the moment. So we offer that. We offer clothing for you to take. You just need your campus-wide ID to use that center. And you can actually take up to, I believe, 5 or 6 items to keep for yourself, and toiletry and all the essentials that you need. And so, of course, student careers is really big for us as well. We have a career center with specialists available to assist you with finding a part-time job, an on-campus job, full-time job opportunity, to make sure that you're taking, you know, these steps to thrive once you graduate, and you're getting these experiences now, so within your major, and actually finding these opportunities, internships and whatnot. And of course, we're really big on our student life. So our Associated Students Incorporated, and we have over 350 clubs and organizations to get involved with, athletics, our Titan Student Union. Well, when we're on campus, we had live performances and concerts, and there's always something going on to make sure that your student life on campus is fun and you're getting involved and taking advantage of these professional growth opportunities as well. And our housing and residential engagement as well, if you do decide to live on campus. Another great initiative is our graduation initiative. So these are resources to help you graduate in 4 years if you're a freshman, and 2 years if you're a transfer student coming in. So we have first year experience. First year experience is for our undeclared students. So say you're not quite sure what you want your major to be right now. Our first year experience team is there to support you. There's a class you can take to understand more of your interests, understand what your major interests might be, and how to adjust to even coming to college, and how to study, and the essentials you need to thrive in your classes. And then we also have our Tuffy's Graduation Scholars, which is similar. That's another way that will support your academic success and graduation goals. And then we have Tuffy's Basic Needs, which I mentioned, for the toiletry or for your clothing that you might need. We can connect you with those services. And we have our student success teams. Within 8 of our colleges, we have student success teams, where these are individuals who are there to support you. You have an academic advisor, a graduation specialist, a retention specialist, a career specialist. So all of these individuals are available to support you during your time here at Cal State Fullerton. And of course, beyond the classroom, right now things look a bit different. We would love to say, yes, you can sign up for study abroad and go off to Italy or Spain or all these different great countries that people dream of going, right? Well, we provide those opportunities for students, but right now that might look a bit different. However, it's good to get familiar if you are interested in studying abroad. Once hopefully we are able to travel again, we extend our students to 40 different countries, 128 different cities, 6 different continents, and we also have a Washington, D.C. internship. And then we also have our students who intern at the Tucker Wildlife Sanctuary, which is in Majeska Canyon in Orange County. And then we have a Visual and Performing Arts Center, so our Grand Central Arts Center in Santa Ana and Garden Grove Center. So we're going to open up this time right now for some Q&A. I know that was a lot of information, so if you have any questions, we're going to be taking some questions that we can answer live. Let's see here. Eloisa, are there any that you saw that might be?
Nicole, I actually have a few questions I'm seeing in the chat that are coming up quite a bit, particularly questions about registering for classes, advising and orientation. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Sure. So we are going to cover that in the following slides in more detail, but orientation is going to be looking a little bit different this year. Typically, this would be a day where you come on campus, it's a full day for you. We provide you with an academic counselor, an academic advisor, a major advisor, and that day you are familiar with what classes you will need to take to register. However, this is going to be looking a little bit different this year. We're still having orientation, of course. It is still mandatory. This is going to be online though. So for our transfer students, this will open up for you on June 18th. And you have until June 18th through August 23rd to complete your orientation module. For our freshman students, you have from August 1st through August 23rd to complete the orientation module. And with that, after you complete that module, that's when your window will open up in your student center and you'll receive notification on when to register for your classes.
Perfect. And we're actually going to cover that in a couple more slides. So thank you, Nicole. Thank you for that great explanation. So now we're going to move forward and how to accept your offer. So just to remind everybody, today is your last day to accept or decline your offer. You must do so before, well, today, May 1st is your last day. I don't want to say before May 1st because that doesn't make any sense. But you have to accept your offer and you also have to pay the $250 non-refundable enrollment deposit. This enrollment deposit will go towards your tuition for your tuition for fall. For once you get enrolled in the classes. You might have a waiver, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit to see if you do qualify for that waiver. So I just want to really emphasize that today is your last day to accept your offer, pay the enrollment deposit, and orientation is still mandatory, but you don't have to sign up for orientation for today. And then the way that you're going to be able to accept your offer, you're going to go to My Student Center at myfullerton.edu. You're going to click on your student center. I hope you all are very familiarized with this. In this page in your student center, you're going to be able to see my class schedule, add a class, drop a class, my textbooks, view unofficial transcripts, as well as your holds and your to-do list. As you can see from the picture that we have from an example, this person doesn't have holds. You probably, you might have a hold right now, right? Or you might have something on your to-do list from financial aid. And then you're gonna be able to see your enrollment date as well, right? So this is a picture from 2009. You see that this student was able to enroll on April 22nd in 2009. So you're gonna be able to see your enrollment date on your student center as well. And you're gonna be able to see your financial aid. I know within the living pandemic situation we're living right now, funding is very, very important. So you're gonna be able to go to your financial aid package. Remember, grants are accepted for you right away, and loans are the ones that you have to accept yourself. And if you have any questions, please contact our financial aid office or visit the financial aid webinar we did a couple weeks ago. And you're gonna be able to see step-by-step process on how to accept offers and how to go through the loans and everything like that. For Student Center, continuing with the application status and accepting. So here, if you go all the way to the bottom of your Student Center, you're gonna be able to see the apply or decline admissions offer, okay? And then also you're gonna be able to update your personal information. So home address, mailing address, phone number, and you're gonna be able to see your student email address. Actually, going back to the slide, very important to check your student email. If you were to see here on the top, you're gonna be able to see Tuffy, right? And then you're gonna be able to see your student email. All formal communication from the university will come from to your student email. So please continue to check that as well. All right, so how do you accept your offer? So after you click accept your offer, accept or decline admissions offer, you're gonna click accept, right? Here is gonna tell you the application term. I know a lot of students have been asking if they can take any summer classes in 2020 at Cal State Fullerton. As you can see here, you apply for the application term or fall 2020. So unfortunately, you cannot take classes during summer school at Cal State Fullerton for 2020 because you apply for the fall semester. And you're gonna see all your information, your degree that you applied to. So the student applied to the Bachelor's of Science and then Plant Electrical Engineering. And here you will also see, sorry, give me 1 second. You will also see all your information, right? Once you click next, and you will actually see if you qualify for the waiver. This is very important because remember that in order for you to accept your offer, you have to pay your enrollment deposit. So think about it as a two-way step, right? So you accept your offer and you have to pay. If you don't pay by today, it will look like you didn't accept your offer. But here in this page, you're gonna be able to see all your information, and under programs, you're gonna be able to see deposit waiver. This student was able to get a deposit waiver. And remember, if your family contribution is from 0 to 1,000, you will qualify for the waiver automatically. If for some reason this waiver was not processed, please contact admissions and financial aid today to see if there's any ways you can do a petition for the waiver, okay? So once you click next, you're gonna be able to, as you can say, it's the same thing. You're gonna have to confirm your acceptance, okay? So click confirm acceptance. I know it's very straightforward. Now, I'm gonna give you an example of a student that did not have the waiver, that did not have the fee waiver for the 250 enrollment deposit. Okay, so as you can see here, where it says deposit waiver, it says none. So that means that the student didn't qualify for the waiver. So then instead of clicking next, you're gonna click pay now. Make sure that all your pop-up blockers are turned off, because if that's not the case, it would not allow you to see that option, okay? So then you pay now, and it will send you to this screen. So this screen will tell you a method how to enroll by credit card, and it will also show you the 250 enrollment deposit that will be posted as well, okay? So regardless if you got the waiver or if you didn't get the waiver, if you got the waiver, it will send you to this page, right? Saying, thank you, your decision to accepting your offer has been successfully recorded. But if you don't have the waiver, remember it will send you to pay. And then once you have paid, it will send you to this page saying, thank you, your admission has been accepted to Cal State Fullerton. All right. I know this is a very hot topic, right? Orientation. So for orientation, for our freshmen, remember it's a 3-step process. Orientation is still mandatory, and there's a cost of $20 for orientation. There's a 3-step process that you have to do. You are required to complete a general education advising session and a college-specific advising session in order for you to register for classes. This is orientation for freshmen, okay? I'm gonna talk about transfer in a little bit. So you must complete a general education advising session. The second step is fill out your RSVP form by June 1st to gauge an interest and Welcome Week activities, okay? Welcome Week activities is gonna be in the fall. And the third step is to complete an online new student module. This will be, you have to complete this by August 23rd. You're gonna be able to access this by August 1st in your student portal. So between August 1st, for all my freshmen, between August 1st to August 23rd, you do have to complete your new student orientation module, okay? And we encourage you to please continue looking for more information. Please continue to look for, please continue to look at your student portal and in your email for upcoming information about orientation. And if you have any questions specifically for orientation, please contact orientation@fullerton.edu or visit the website. I think the website is where orientation team is being updated every single day. For my transfers, it's the same process, but your deadlines it's a little bit different, okay? So for orientation, is still mandatory for all the transfer students. The cost is still $20, and it's a 3-step process. So you do have to get general education advising, and then you also have to get college advising. I know most of my transfer students already had almost all the general education advising, but it's important for you to meet with your advisor because you have already taken some classes and you don't want to double take classes that are not going to count towards your degree. You have to fill out your RSVP by June 1st to gauge interest in Welcome Week. And also you have to complete your transfer orientation by August 23rd. You do have access, you will be having access for the online orientation starting June 18th through your student portal. Just to remind you, the orientation for transfer students is gonna take about 40 to 60 minutes. And remember, everything's online. So you have a couple of weeks to complete that. And continue to look to your Cal State Fullerton email on your portal for more information. That will be the best, where you're gonna get the most updated information. But if you have any questions, please contact the Title Orientation Programs at orientation@fullerton.edu or visit their official website at fullerton.edu/orientation. Like Nicole mentioned earlier, we're doing our best that we can, and we want to make sure you have your degree. We want you to, as a freshman, to graduate in 4 years, and as a transfer to graduate in 2 years, right? And that's why academic advising is super important, because we want to make sure that you have the right tools and the right classes. So when you are taking those classes, are not taking them just to take them, are taking them in the path that you want for graduation. For my transfer students, you have completed 60 units or more. Remember, in order for you to graduate in 2 years, in order for you to get your bachelor's degree, you need between 120 and 150 units. So you're halfway there, right? That's what we say, graduate in 2 years. Important dates and reminders. So for all my freshmen, you have to accept your offer and pay your enrollment deposit today. Today is your last day to be a Titan. Fill out your orientation RSVP form to gauge Welcome Week by June 1st. By July 15, you have to submit all final transcripts from your high schools. And between August 1st and on the 23rd, you have to complete orientation module in this time frame. I know so many of you have questions about what classes you're going to be taking and registering for classes. We at Cal State Fullerton care a lot for our students, and we're going to make sure that you are going to be able to have classes for the fall. So don't feel like if you, for freshmen or for transfer, that you're not going to have enough classes. We will make sure that you have classes for the fall for you, so you can take. And then for our transfers, please accept your deadline by today as well. Pay your enrollment deposit as well. And then by June 1st, fill out your orientation RSVP regarding Welcome Week. July 15 is the official transcript, it's when official transcripts are due. And then between June 18 to August 23rd, you have to complete orientation modules within this time frame. And then September 4 is when your transfer degree, so ADT official transcripts are due. We encourage you to continue to visit our campus virtually. Please do it virtually and the comfort of your home. We have a lot of great opportunities in our website. So if you go to fullerton.edu/tours, you're going to be able to see a full campus tour option virtually. And then as well, we want to encourage you to please check out all our pre-recorded webinars. If you missed anything, or if you want to go back and check them out, we have financial aid, we have housing, we have student life and leadership with a lot of our students leaders. We also have our campus tours, right? Our Titan ambassadors with Laura Hooks, one of our staffs, doing a webinar, answering all your questions. And we are planning to have a little bit more engagement in the following week. So please continue to stay tuned as we go through this journey together. And just to give you a little bit of a hint, for all of you that accept your offer, look out for a special surprise that we'll be sending this summer to welcome you to our Titan family. So I know we're going through a lot of difficult times, but we're in this together. So please continue to constantly look at our communication. If you have any questions, we're here to serve you, and we're here to answer anything that we can and to support you as much as we could. So all the counselors, all our staff are still available to answer, to support you and your families. And we want to congratulate you and celebrate you. I know many of you have accepted your offer, and if not, this is a great way to accept your offer. Share and tag us on Instagram. It's a big accomplishment, right? For me as a first generation college student, I was a big accomplishment when I got accepted to Cal State Fullerton. And then when I graduated, it was like a beautiful moment with my family. I know some of you are having a hard time because you will not be graduating from high school, but in 4 years, you will be graduating from Cal State Fullerton, right? So you can celebrate then, right? But we want to make sure you continue to follow us at Cal State Fullerton Outreach and Instagram, and also update share your stories, right, of how you're becoming CSUF bound. And we're more than happy to share in our Instagram as well. So here's our contact information. If you have any questions, we're still going to be answering questions in the Q&A. I know you all have been seeing that, but if you have any questions, you can give us a call, but our best direct or faster way to answer is to email us at csuf@fullerton.edu or visit our website. And then we also have the contact information for all our campus partners: admissions, orientation, campus tours, financial aid, housing, and the transfer center. And then we're gonna go into Q&As. Kristen, would you like to share any of the Q&As, most popular questions that we've been getting, please?
Yes, absolutely. So I have a few here. I'm seeing a lot of questions about financial aid. There's a few students who have said that they're not able to accept their award. So if you wanna maybe address that, and then I'll have some other questions I have here.
Yeah, so I know we're dealing with a very difficult time with finances, right? A lot of people are losing their jobs or they're getting their hours cut. Cal State Fullerton is very affordable, and we're doing our best to make sure that you have an opportunity. So if for some reason you are not able to pay your enrollment deposit, or you're finding yourself in a very hard financial hardship, please contact admissions. Admissions at fullerton.edu today, and let them know that you're having a hard time with your finances, as well as contact financial aid and see if there's anything they can provide for you as an additional support. So that will be financial aid at fullerton.edu. Let me go back to the emails if you want to write them down. All right, any other questions, Kristen, that you saw?
Yeah, there's also some questions about how to submit transcripts.
Yeah, so I believe transcripts, and Michelle, if you want to correct me, I believe transcripts are done are done online. So you would just have to contact your high school or your community college and request official transcripts to be sent to Cal State Fullerton, and we'll receive them online. And I know, just to clarify a little bit about the financial aid, just know that you will get a full award letter by this summer. And remember that your grants will be automatically processed, but the loans are the ones that will actually take a little bit, you will have to accept for yourself.
Yeah, and to add to that a little bit, Eloisa, students, yeah, they don't have to accept the grants. Those will be automatically accepted. The loans, they will need to go in and accept those, but they're not going to be able to do it right now because the package actually hasn't been finalized. So if you are getting financial aid, the packages will be finalized somewhere between May and July. And so then you'll be able to actually accept or decline your awards. But right now you're not going to be able to. I just wanted to add that because I think some students are getting a little confused because they're not able to accept their awards right now.
Definitely. And remember, you have to pay your enrollment deposit by today, but then you don't have to pay for your classes or your tuition until you register for your classes in the summer. So you still have a little bit more time to pay for classes in the summer. And remember, we also have, Cal State Fullerton also has a installment plan that you can do 3 payments each month to cover your tuition. So you can go to our student business services, to check that out, or you can do it in your portal on your student centers page as well. Any other questions, Kristen, that you saw that were very popular?
Those were most of the ones I saw. I think a lot of them were about registration, advising, orientation. So I think you all did a good job covering that. I do see a few more open questions that haven't been answered yet.
Okay. Yeah, we could probably answer them live. It says, is normal for Cal Grants award to still be pending? Yes, because remember your official letter will actually come in the summer. So if Cal Grants are still pending, still accept your offer today, and then you will be able to see your full package in the summer. All right, let's see.
I see Ashley asked a question. I sent the financial aid form needed that's due May 8th in the mail. How will I know if it's received? Ashley, I would recommend to get in touch with our financial aid office. They actually have access to your file, so they'll be able to confirm any documents on your file, make sure that everything was received. So you can contact financial aid at financialaid@fullerton.edu. Make sure you provide your campus-wide ID number because that's how they'll be able to actually pull up your file, and they can go ahead and confirm if they got that document for you.
Yes. And we had a question about social distancing and how we're going to be doing social distancing in the fall. So as of right now, we don't know how our fall is going to look like. We're going to be following all our state and federal recommendations that are coming out because of the COVID-19 or the pandemic we're living in. But we're trying our best to make sure we do have classes for you in the fall, either online or on campus. We hope we go back to campus, but we'll be sharing that information through your campus email as well. So we will do everything to make sure you are safe as well as for our safety as well. And then we have another question.
Yeah, and before you move on, there is a website you can check that has further updates regarding the coronavirus. So if you do want to check out, the website is coronavirus.fullerton.edu. And so any questions that you have in regards to how Cal State Fullerton is handling this pandemic, that would be a great website to check out.
Definitely. And we have another question. Emily shares the 250 enrollment deposit. If you were waived the 250 enrollment deposit, does it mean that it is a lower price? No. So if you had a waive, it means that you don't have to pay anything at all. You have to pay $0 for your enrollment deposit. And orientation is $20. If you're having a little bit of hard time paying those $20, please contact orientation for additional support and see if there's a fee waiver or anything that can help you with the $20 cost. And yes, orientation is $20 instead of $85. And then the next question is the deadline for housing, pay for deposit today. Yeah, so financial aid is getting a lot of questions. They're getting a lot of emails, but they will answer them as soon as they can. So please be patient with them. In terms of housing, you say you were gonna pay your deposit today. Please contact housing for more details of that question, or check out the webinar we did with them last week, and they were able to answer a lot of questions. So maybe that question could be answered there. Let's see another question that we get.
I see a question. I don't want to mispronounce the name. I think it's Scuvinder Garcha. Is there any way we can turn in the documents that are due May 8th online, or do we have to email them in? I believe you're talking about financial aid documents, which you should be able to email those over to their office, but it's always good to double check. So again, you can contact financial aid with any of those type of more specific questions about acceptable forms of submission, and you can email them at financialaid@fullerton.edu.
I see another question here. Thank you, Kristen, for that. It says, when do we have to pay for the orientation fee? Once the orientation modules are ready to go, orientation will actually give you the step-by-step process and how to pay for the orientation fee, and then where to pay as well. So please continue to check your Cal State Fullerton email as well as your portal, and then also the official fullerton.edu/orientation website. see other questions.
I see another one from Brianna. How do you know if you have to submit any financial aid documents? So Brianna, as well as everyone who's listening, it's very important that you check your student portal. Under the to-do section and the hold section, any documents that are being required of you will be listed there. So you definitely want to check that to see exactly what's being asked of you, when you need to submit it, how you need to submit it, all that information will be for you.
Yes, we have another question about EOP. EOP should have sent you an email to notify you if you got accepted to the EOP program. But if you have not received them, please contact EOP. Just go to the CSUF EOP admissions, and you should be able to contact their admissions for EOP and see to give them an update about your application status. Let's see other questions.
There's another one here about AP exams. So if you completed any, AP coursework or you took the AP exam, you just would need to submit the scores that you got over to our campus. And then we would award any college credit that is due to you. And you would need to pass those exams with a score of a 3, 4, or 5. So just a heads up on that.
I know a lot of Megan was asking, how do you complete the general education advising session for orientation? That was a question we were getting a lot as well. That hasn't been announced yet for the general education and the major advising sessions. That will come in your student email in the following weeks, and you'll know when to meet with your advisor. All this is going to be online virtually. So just hang tight for that.
Thank you. Emily asked, right now she's using a laptop from high school and her phone to do classes. Well, a laptop would be provided for classes online if we were to do a class online for the fall. I don't believe laptops will be provided, but if you have, if by some reason you can't buy a laptop, please contact us and we will be more than happy to find out different options that we can maybe help you borrow a laptop from our library or other resources we can find from our community as well.
Yeah, Student Genius Corner would actually be a good resource for that student. So you might want to check out the website. If you just Google Student Genius Corner, Student Genius Corner, Cal State Fullerton, you can actually find some more information there about laptop loans and those types of things.
Yes, thank you so much, Kristen, for clarifying that.
There's also a question, will I be able to accept my financial aid before class registration? So like I mentioned earlier, the packages are not finalized yet. They will be getting finalized between the months of May and July. So once your financial aid package is finalized, you can actually go ahead and accept your awards. The way it works is once you get your financial aid disbursement, your tuition would be paid out of that first. And then if you have anything left over, that would be sent to you in the form of a disbursement. So any fees that are due to the university would actually come out of your financial aid, and then you'll be provided a disbursement if there's anything left over after your award has been paid out for your tuition.
Yes, perfect. We also have a question about transcripts and ADTs. So I believe her name is Brianna. If you already submitted the ADT submitted documentations to prove the ADT, but you're still taking classes now, you still have to submit your final transcript just to show the grades of the classes that you're taking for spring 2020 or the classes that you are taking for summer if you're taking summer school. So depending on the situation, if you haven't taken any classes and you already submitted the final transcript up to proving all the classes you have taken, then you don't have to submit transcript again. But if you're just taking classes, yes, please submit official transcripts to admissions as well.
And I see a lot of questions about housing as well. Housing was very nice to give us a very thorough and detailed webinar all about deadlines and dates regarding the housing process for our freshmen and our transfer students. So we really encourage you to go on our Welcome Day website and view our virtual webinars regarding housing. So I know that is a question that keeps coming up, in particular about, I think we might have answered it, but I do see a lot of housing questions. So a lot of these questions, we have webinars, so they've been recorded, they've been uploaded, so definitely take advantage of our website for our Welcome Day and really good information.
Yes, and like Nicole mentioned, we do have webinars for almost every topic, and we're going to continue be doing our webinars every single week, Fridays at 11. And we do have a webinar for financial aid that talks about how to read your financial aid package. I know somebody was asking that question right now.
Also, I want to just add something because we've been getting a lot of financial aid questions. Documents that are being asked from the financial aid office, actually on their website, on the financial aid website for Cal State Fullerton, there is a link for you to go ahead and submit documents. So I hope that answers a few questions for earlier from folks that were asking about submitting their financial aid documents. So,
thank you, Kristen.
Perfect.
I have a question here about changing majors. You are able to change your major in the beginning phases right now. You would send an email. The email would be majorchange@fullerton.edu. So if you are, say you meeting with an advisor and you decide that maybe a different major might be best for you, you can submit a major change at majorchange@fullerton.edu. If anyone maybe wants to add to that, but I believe it would just be through that email.
Yes, that's very correct. So I have a question. So my financial aid offer doesn't work for my situation. So what would happen if I don't accept today? So if you don't, sorry, I don't know if you don't accept your offer or if you don't accept your financial aid. So if you don't accept today for your admissions at Cal State Fullerton, we are gonna think that you don't wanna come to our campus and you have chose another campus. So just be aware that today is a deadline. So please do not miss that deadline. Now, for financial aid offers, if they don't accept, if what they're offering you doesn't really apply to you, or you don't want to accept the loans, you don't have to accept the loans. It's just gonna have to, you're gonna have to figure out different ways to pay for your tuition.
I wanted to also add regarding housing, because I know that was a question that keeps coming up. On the housing website for Cal State Fullerton, there are important dates and deadlines that are outlined. So if you click on the 2020-2021 housing application and you scroll down on that page, you'll see all of those important dates that might help answer some of your questions regarding housing.
I see another question here about financial aid gets dispersed out. It's a question specifically about how housing fees would be applied. So again, the way financial aid works is any university fees are going to get paid out first. So that includes tuition, housing, anything that's going to go towards the university. And then if there's anything left over, then yes, that would be given to you in the form of a disbursement.
Perfect. We have a question about minor. If I want to get a minor, sorry, the question just moved. If I want to get a minor, will I do that when I go to my academic advising? Yeah. You can add a minor, or you can add a double major or dual degree. Anytime, we just ask you to meet with an academic advisor just to make sure that you come up with the academic plan to see what is going to be the requirements for those classes or for that minor, and also to make sure that you're taking the correct classes so you're graduating within 4 to 2 years, depending on the track you're in. But you can always add a minor, and a major. The only ones that have a little bit more restrictions are nursing, as well as College of the Arts, because College of the Arts, you have to do an addition. But for nursing, it's a little bit more challenging. So just know that information. And then we have another question about transcripts. It talks about you went to 2 different colleges, mailing it will be okay. I believe from Michelle's staff, there's somebody still going to campus to check on the mail. So I believe they're still receiving those mail, but we encourage you to do it online if possible. Try to talk to the community college and see if it's a possibility for you to have those transcripts be sent to the university electronically.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a message here from our admissions office. We actually prefer the transcripts are sent electronically. So if you can, see if you're able to get those submitted to us electronically.
Definitely. And I know we talked about a loan earlier. I believe there we do have a program for, we do have a loan program for laptops. So just giving you an extra information.
And then I see another question. I already filled out my financial aid documents that were required, but they are still appearing in my to-do list. Is that normal or should it have been removed? I would say it is normal because right now our financial aid office is moving as quickly as they can. So just give it some time, some processing time for them to receive those documents and then update your portal accordingly.
We have a question about owning a car. When I was a student at Cal State Fullerton, I didn't have a car. So having a car, yes, it's a necessity. And I didn't have a car, nor I live on campus. So Cal State Fullerton has a really good program where they help you with a bus pass. But I was living in San Bernardino County, so it's a little bit longer commute. But we do have options of helping you with transportation. So if you're living on campus, you don't need a car. Everything's very close or accessible. And I believe we do, like you have a dining hall, there's like a Target nearby as well. So yeah, you don't really need a car if you're living on campus. And if you're not living on campus, we have a lot of different ways for public transportation as well.
I have a question here from Alessandra regarding how many units do you recommend an incoming freshman to take? Of course, this is definitely up to you. A lot of our students work, they have families to take care of. So it really depends first on making sure what works best for your lifestyle, right? But at Cal State Fullerton, we do recommend, if you can, to take about 15 units a semester. So that would be about 5 classes, so a full schedule. And we typically say about 30 units a year to reach 120 units to graduate. That would be typically for our freshmen who are coming in, right, for 4 years, and for our transfers to take about 15 units a semester.
Perfect. Somebody was asking about a car permit for the fall, if classes will be online. We don't know if classes will be online as of right now, but if classes were online, then you do not have to buy a parking permit for the fall semester. We have a question about DACA. Hi, DACA students, AB 540. So just a little bit of a side note, I was a DACA student I was undocumented for 18 years, so DACA student for 2 years. So welcome to our Titan family. We do have a lot of resources in Cal State Fullerton. We have a Titan Dreamers Resource Center, which is a center just for our dreamers to find support, to find network, to find a type of resources that they need to be successful at the university. We were the first CSU to actually establish a center for our dreamers. So we do have a lot of different resources. Most of our staff have been DACA, they have gone to a training to be allies for DACA Dreamer students, so they are very aware of some of the things that they might be facing. So welcome to our family, and we're very happy to have DACA students in our family as well. All right, I know we're running out of time. We just wanted to thank you so much for all the great questions, for engaging with us, for all the accomplishments you have done. Congratulations again on being admitted to Cal State Fullerton. We're so happy, and we want to make sure that you complete the survey. We really appreciate your feedback. And we just want to thank you, right? Thank you for spending this morning with us, and congratulate you in all your achievements. And we're so happy that you have chosen us. And remember that Cal State Fullerton has a very special place for you. as we have shared as alums, because Kristen is also an alum from Cal State Fullerton. So thank you so much. Any other tips or anything you all want to share, Nicole, Kristen?
Today's the day you got accepted, so accept your offer. And I know that that's really exciting. So we have great experiences, and once you do come to our campus, we'd love to meet you, and you come visit our outreach office when we're able to be in person. And we're just so excited. So thank you so much for choosing us, and we hope to see you on campus. We're excited.
All right. Well, thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Yay.
Bye-bye.